Let's talk about some of the most common English myths that you might have heard, especially when you are trying to learn English. Learning English is definitely tough. And you know what makes it even more tough? Well, too much of people and their unnecessary myths and bad information that ruins this experience. In today's video, let's take a look at some of the top myths that are floating around on the internet and what is the truth behind it. Let's start learning. Alright, so if you heard any people say, "Oh, I can't learn English," they'll often use one of these reasons for sure. Today I will be talking in detail about these myths, debunking them, and also I will give you some tips that you can use. So here we go with the first one. They say fluent speakers don't make mistakes. Well, there is a popular idea that fluency is a combination of good grammar, vocabulary, pronunciation, communication, etc. But the fact is, fluency is actually none of these. Very few people actually know that grammar, vocabulary, everything comes a bit later on. The first and most important thing is to communicate. If you start communicating properly, then on the parallel side, you can improve your grammar, your vocabulary, and all the other side things. Okay? The second thing is learning English is expensive. I have no idea why people say that. Well, I would say use it as an investment. You are trying to invest into learning a new language, a new skill. This will be helpful for you to get a new job or get a promotion or move to a foreign country or anything of those things. Stop saying that it is expensive. If you still find it expensive, that is in your local area, then what I would suggest you to do is use the free online materials available on the internet. You don't have to pay for anything. It is absolutely free. Listen to different podcasts, use different movies. Everything is completely free. Use that and you will definitely find it very cheap. The next thing is that I've heard is native speakers are better teachers. You see, there are English schools around the world that say you can learn English with us with a native speaker. I feel all of that is just marketing gimmicks. A native speaker of English did not have to study or learn the language as an adult. They haven't necessarily experienced all the challenges that you might be facing in your part of the world. Yes, native English speakers can speak good English. However, that does not mean that non-native speakers can't teach good English. Stop believing that only they can teach English. The next is fluency will come only once you learn full grammar. Like I said previously, grammar is important. However, if you try to master the entire grammar, then that is going to take you a long time. What is needed first is fluency. Imagine a child. When a child is learning to speak in English or any other language, they really don't care about the grammar. What they really do care about is speaking it out. Once they get the words out, they form sentences, later on they will start focusing on the grammar. That is the same thing that you should do. Focus first on fluency, grammar will automatically come. The next is you have to live in an English speaking country if you want to learn English. Well, you see, it's good. I'm not saying that there are advantages of being in an English speaking country. However, that does not mean that if you are not in an English speaking country, you can't learn English. No, language learning depends a lot on exposure. It does not really matter where you are. What really matters is if you are able to speak to someone in English, be it someone from your own country or be it someone from a different country. Speaking is the key. The next is thinking that you are too old to learn English. You see, there is no particular age limit to learn English. You can learn English anytime. Age is only a number and nothing else more than that. Yes, I do accept that if you are a child, you can actually learn it faster. However, that doesn't mean that if you're an adult, you can't learn it. If you are an adult, you can understand things even faster, and you should use that to your advantage. The next is you need to have a lot of vocabulary to be fluent in English. Yes, definitely, vocabulary is very, very important. It's a given fact. Nobody's going to take that away from you. However, you need to start with simple basic blocks. If you are able to speak with using simple language over a period of time, all you have to do is replace these simple words with better synonyms. That's it. Trust me, that is the only thing that is needed to speak fluently. The next is thinking that it will take a long time to learn English. Well, yes, it will take time. Forget language. No matter what new skill you try to learn, it will take some time. Imagine you are trying to learn a sport, or like, for example, swimming. You will not become an expert swimmer in just one day. It will take time. You have to start with little paddling, then you have to learn how to float, etc., etc. And eventually, over a period of time, you will become a good speaker. In that same way, it will take time. But if you are able to spend more time in one particular day, you can make that learning process much faster. The next is worrying too much about your accent. You see, it's good to have a fantastic accent. However, it is not important. The real important thing is whether the other person can understand what you are trying to say. Try not to throw in unnecessary accent and pronunciation, because that will affect your communication. Watch some YouTube videos that are by native speakers, and you will see that over a period of time you will get used to understanding the accent, and also it will be possible for you to speak in a better way. And the last myth is always thinking you will not be good enough. People always want to speak like a native speaker. Understandable. But stop comparing yourself to others. When you do a lot of comparison, you are actually putting yourself down. Give yourself some credit. Appreciate the work that you are putting into. The best way to actually keep your personal goals and happiness in mind is to regularly review your progress. How much are you improving? Find your weakness, focus on them and improve them. And eventually you will definitely get not good, but you will become the best. So my dear friends, don't believe any of these myths that you hear. If you have any other myths that you've heard people tell you, or you heard other people telling each other, then all you have to do is drop it in the comment section right below so that we can all have a good laugh at it. If this video was informative, then feel free to like it and also share it with your friends. Join our YouTube community by just hitting that subscribe button. Feel free to check out some of our other videos on this channel. And yes, if you are serious about learning English, then get in touch with us either by logging on to our website or using that contact form in the comment section right below. Till we meet again, this is your tutor Noel, wishing you a fantastic week ahead. Ciao.